Good evening, boys and girls, ladies and germs. Welcome to the video. I'm making this video, of course, as the title says, about the G8 key fob recall and replacement. I wanted to explain that to y'all real quick because, as you can see, my key fob is pretty beat up. Had a few miles on it. My G8 has over 190,000 miles on it, so this car has been well used. It's taken me a lot of places, and this key fob has been punched on and dropped and all kinds of stuff. So the main reason for the recall, of course, is after you drop the key a few times, it starts coming apart and things break on it and stuff like that. Well, that's not the main reason. It's one of the reasons. The main reason is with the flip, after a while, I'm not pushing the button here, it just gets to where it doesn't lock in place anymore and it will close. And what people were experiencing was when the key was on and they were driving, the key would unlock and close, and that will actually turn off the engine from what I've read. I have not experienced this because there's a specific way that I insert my key that I've just always done, and I've never had this happen because of it, and I'm going to show you all how to do that. So if you ever experience this, or if you've experienced it in the past, and you don't want to replace your key because you like the flip key like I do, I'm going to show you how you don't have to. Because if you go to the dealership and you do get the recall done, you will not have a flip key anymore. You will have a fixed key, and it will always stick out like this, and it takes up a lot of room, and it's just kind of bulky to be sticking out like this all the time in your pocket. I like the flip key because it's cool, it's compact, and it's just cool. I like it. So first I'm going to show y'all how this works. We're going to actually test it. I'm going to start the car. We're going to put the key in the way that it would close, and we're going to close it. We're going to see if the engine dies. So stay tuned. All right, so as you see here, we're going to start the car, and in this position the key is in, it will go down if I push on it. Again, I've never had this experience, but as you can see, I've got some stuff. I got some weight on my key. Nothing real big and bulky. I keep my house keys and my car keys separate. That way, if I ever come back home and I need to go inside, I don't have to kill the car. I recommend this to everybody, not only because it's just more convenient to be able to leave the car running when you run inside, but it kills all the weight that could be on your key, because that will affect your ignition cylinder over time in any car. It will affect this, and it just looks better in my opinion. So, car is running. And I have a tire fault because one of my tire pressure sensors is out right now. So we're going to push this down and see what happens. Okay, so I've read on the forums that doing this makes the car die. What I'm assuming they mean is it goes down and then maybe you bump it or something, and then because of the added leverage, or maybe because of all the weight being on it, this added leverage actually turns the key. But as you can see, it did not die. We're still running. So either somebody was mistaken or something else is happening that was just causing the issue. So now I'm going to show you how I have always done it. I don't know why, but this is just how I have always put the key in, because I know that I've always done it because I always feel this rough side when I put the key in like this. I put the key in, and as you can see, the weight is holding the key open. So the only way for this to close would be for me to pull up on it. And that's just how I've always driven. That's just how I've always had the key. Therefore, I've never experienced a situation of the key falling down and collapsing on itself to cause this issue, or cause whatever chain of events cause that issue that I read on the forums. But anyway, this is how I've always done it. So the finger pad's up, the emblem down, and it holds the key open with gravity, so it can't collapse on you, it won't hit your leg or anything like that. I've read some people talk about how their knee actually hits the key, and I mean, you got to be either really close to the dash or something, because I'm not a tall person, but I have to like scoot my butt all the way to the front of the seat and lift my leg up to touch that key. So what I'm thinking is the key was in the previous position, fell down, and then hit their knee at that point, because then it's longer, or something on the key is hitting their knee, but not the key itself. But I don't know, people say some weird stuff sometimes. But that's how I have always driven. and that's how I've never experienced that issue. So I'm going to switch this camera back around. I'm going to explain y'all how y'all can fix this. All right, so now y'all have seen how to drive with the key fob if you experience a situation where it doesn't really stay locked, but you don't want to get a recall and it's not in this bad a condition, so you don't need to replace the key. Just have the key this way with the buttons facing the front and the key fob facing back, or kind of more, it's kind of more up like this. So up and then key fob down, and that will hold the gravity on the end of this so it won't close. So I'm going to have some links in the description how you can replace this, but there's a website, and I think it's GTO G8 TA, or it's G8 GTO TA.com. But if you Google it in either of those orders, you'll find it. But it's either GTO G8 TA or it's G8 GTO TA, and you can find the key fob to replace this. You can find not only a full key fob with a blank key with the chip inside of it, you can find the whole thing and just buy a whole new replacement if you want to with flip key. You can get the fixed key as well. I don't know why you would want to do that unless you're just weird. I mean, the flip key is cool. But anyway, if that's what you want, you can get that. Or you can just get parts. If you want the bottom part, if you want the head, if you want just the key, if you want just the cover, you can buy those parts, because of course this key does separate. Also, there is a chip inside of this key. If you buy a blank key or fob off of Amazon or eBay, it probably is not going to have the chip in it. And even if it does say that it's going to have a chip in it, I've seen a lot of posts where people have gotten screwed on that. So make sure that it's got the chip in it. Because if you don't have the chip, there's a little electronic chip in this, even if your key is cut or you take this key out and put it into that other fob, you're not going to be able to start your car. And you're going to be upset because you wasted your money and your time, and you're going to have to take this apart and put that chip in it. So that's the thing. And you can reprogram this. There's videos all over YouTube. GTO G8 TA, however it is. They actually have a video on their website of how to reprogram your key. So if you buy their key, it also has the video right there that you can watch on how to reprogram the key. I am going to be replacing this key fob. I'm going to buy the whole thing, just the whole thing. It's going to come with a blank key. I'm not going to worry about getting that key cut. I'm just going to take it apart, take this key out and put it in that one. And I'm going to videotape all of that. And I will also videotape how to program it once that's done. So yeah, just wanted to share that with y'all. Why the recall was done from what I have read, why I've never had an issue with it, and how to fix it. I'm sure there's some other websites where you can buy key fob replacements, but that's the main one that I have seen, and that's the one I plan on buying parts from. So yeah, you can buy them on Amazon and stuff like that, but like I said, it's most likely not going to have the chip, and you do need the chip. So take care, guys. If you have any questions or concerns, feel free to comment. Check out, some other videos on YouTube. There's other people that have programming keys or programming videos and stuff like that. If you have any questions about LED replacement dome lights, I've got a video of that. Check out my videos. I replaced all these with LEDs, and that's that. And if you see anybody asking about this, feel free to share this video, like it, copy and paste the URL so people can see how to do this and why this has been an issue. So again, thanks guys. Y'all have a good one.